is a blue zone? Well, in short, a blue zone is an area where people live the longest lives, consistently reaching the age of 100 or more. In contrast, the average life expectancy here in the US is mid to late 70s. But it's not just that these people are living longer, they're living healthier. They're active, they have cognitive function, they're happy, they're surrounded by people they love. So it's not just a long life, but a good life. We just arrived at Epcot. We're gonna try to walk off some of those Ohana calories. There are currently 5 blue zones where the world's healthiest people live. Ikaria, Greece, Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Loma Linda, California in the United States, and Nicoya, Costa Rica. Although, in sadness, that blue zone in Costa Rica is actually diminishing quickly and is expected to disappear entirely within 20 years. Now, I've heard of blue zones for years off and on, and I've always been somewhat fascinated by them, but recently that fascination went into overdrive. Maybe it's just because I'm starting to feel the effects of aging myself, or maybe it was the excitement I felt when I watched the Netflix series, Live to 100, Secrets of the Blue Zones. I watched these people and the smiles on their faces and saw what they were eating and the joy that they had in their lives, and I want that. I want that for as long as I can get that for. So regardless of why, once I started thinking about it, I couldn't stop. And honestly, I already have a lot of the components of a blue zone active here in my life at Disney World. But I absolutely know there are things that could and quite frankly need to change to add years onto my life. This is a life that I love, so why wouldn't I want to do this? So that process became a lot of late night conversations with Amy and Ari, my own personal moai. Now, what's a moai, you might ask? It's not the statues. A moai is a tradition of the Okinawa people. It's a word to represent a social support group that forms in order to provide varying support from social to financial to health or spiritual interests. Many of these moais are actually formed in childhood, and they have them their entire life. So my little moai and I, we were discussing all of this, the series and healthy living and losing weight and getting fit and being happier in our lives as we inevitably age. I've never been to a Moonlight Magic party before, so this is a first for me. It's very hot. We've only been here for about a half hour. We stopped to get our first free snacks of the night though. Not watching weight tonight. I'm just gonna enjoy the food, drink a lot of water though, stay hydrated because it's hot. When I watched this series, though, there was one thing that kept nagging at me. And that was, yes, they live long lives and they seem very happy. Their lives are very simple. They live in small villages and live what I think Americans romanticize about a simple life. But I tried living that life once in Virginia, and it was not a good fit for me. I need more activity than that long term. I need more excitement, more nightlife. Not all the time, but on occasion. Live music is my jam. I need to be in the hustle and bustle sometimes. So how do I get the benefits of a blue zone without moving to a remote village somewhere? That's the question that I kept asking myself. And then I started to think more and more and more about my life here at Disney. I've often wondered if I'm cheating myself out of life by living at Disney, because I dream of international travel. I dream of having an impact on the world in some way. I dream of falling in love again and getting married. But if I'm entirely honest with myself, I rarely leave the Disney bubble. And honestly, I'm pretty content with that. So you may or may not know I'm working on my fitness and my health and trying to just get more active. And actually I'm doubling down on it all. What I'm aspiring to is to have a very fit life. Because days like today remind me, while I'm out here at Epcot dying, that I want more from my life than to sit at home in the air conditioning, much though I love sitting at home in the air conditioning. That's what I realized. My little village is Walt Disney World. I spent all my youth and young adult life at Disneyland. And I've spent all of my middle age here at Disney World. So for better or worse, Disney theme parks are in my blood. Maybe I found my answer to the blue zone that would be the right fit for me, and I'm already more than halfway there. But can I take it further? Can I tighten my life up in a way that adds longevity to this journey? We're waiting to be called into Ohana, and we've chosen not to sit in the waiting area. See? We're gonna stand. So little baby steps, but that's a better choice for us for longevity and health and weight loss. Can I create my own sort of blue zone here at Disney World? Can I take it a little bit farther than where I already am? I'm not even sure what it entirely looks like, but the adventure of it excites me. So I think that's what we're about to find out. If the idea intrigues you at all, please subscribe and join me for the ride, because I'd love to share it with you. My heart's calling to it. I have no idea what it's going to actually look like or where it's going to end up, but this is my new adventure. It's going to be the greatest longevity adventure ever to grace Disney World. Yeah, or at least it's going to be pretty cool and fun.